might as well rock and roll.
Yes, guys, big up, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I ain't done an afternoon video in a while, so yeah, big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. And big up to Michael becoming a member on the YouTube members. Big up to you, my friend. Big up Captain Sal in the chat. Big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all doing good. Please don't forget to go. I need a shave, man. Please don't forget to go and hit that subscribe button, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way in as well. We're on our way to 5K now. New total 5K. Remember, we get to 5K before the beginning of the season, I will shave my head bald live on air. If we get to 5K before the end of the season, I will shave my head completely bald. Let's do it. Everyone likes the picture of John W. Henry. I'll take it on the thumbnail. Big up to everyone. Hope you're all doing good. This is going to be a little rant video, basically. I've literally had enough of everyone now. It's making me hate this football club. I've said this time and time again, guys. No one hates Liverpool Football Club more than Liverpool fans. It's a fact. No one hates this club more than Liverpool fans. Always moaning, protesting. It just drives me absolutely mad now. You know, you can't talk to anyone in a civilized manner anymore about the football club because they come back at you and go, oh, you like FSG. Why do you support the owners? I'm like, I don't support the owners. When have I said that? Literally, I can't talk to anyone. I can't have conversations with people now. It's just, it's just mad. You know, I'm talking to people on Twitter a day and I thought it was just simple questions I'm asking. Like, someone put up a picture of Gavardol. I'm going to get to the Gavardol stuff today as well. I'm going to chat about that. But they put a picture up in Gavardol and said, oh, Liverpool have missed out on their because of FSG. Jurgen Klopp's missed out on his two major transfer signings. I was like, who told you that? That's what I put. Like, who told you that? Did Klopp tell you that? And I got grief, man. And I was like, what? People make shit up people make stuff up to make themselves feel better all the time. Like, all the time. You know, it doesn't. Do I want us to spend more money? Yeah, probably. But do I want us to spend money on the right players? People got a picture in their head that they think they know who the right player for our football club is. People got a picture in their head thinking, oh, Gavardol, we have to buy him. Why? Like, I like to ask people with Gavardol, yeah, did you just watch him at the World Cup or have you watched him for Leipzig for the last 2 seasons? That's what I need questions asked. Because if you're just going on World Cup, we might as well buy Lovren back as well. Because let's face it, Lovren didn't do a thing wrong at the World Cup. Actually, he made less mistakes than Gavardol did at the World Cup. So are we going to go and buy Lovren back? You can't. Like, people just go mad. And I had conversations with people today about Gavardol. No, right, so 85 million is too much. Damn owners. And I just said to them, what's so good about him for 85 million? Just a question. Like, let me know, what do you like about him for 85 million? Does he win his aerial duels all the time? Is he quick? Can he bring the ball out from the back? Yeah, can he play one-on-one defending? Because this is how we play. You know, this is how we play. If Gavardol can play one-on-one defending, because that's how we play, high line, can bring the ball out the back and dominate in the air, right? If he can do all that, then go and buy him. If he can't, why are you buying him? Because he's a defender who don't play our way. We've done that with Darwin Núñez already last season. We bought a striker that don't fit the Liverpool way. So he's struggling. And he's finding it difficult now, as you saw towards the end of the season. Why are we so intent on buying players for a lot of money? Because we've watched them a few times. Or he's got a good FIFA card. Or any nonsense like that. Oh, he's great on Football Manager. Oh, that's good. That's good. So as a digital format, he's really good. So what's he like as a human being? You know, he's a Liverpool fan. Oh, is he? Let's just go and sign every Liverpool fan that's ever been a professional footballer. Oh, his dream is to play for Liverpool. Oh, good, yeah. So's mine. So's my dream. My dream's to play for Liverpool Football Club. You know? But, you know, I don't. I don't. Oh, it's just balmy. Is Gavardol so much better than Canate? I'll ask everyone in the chat now. Is Gavardol so much better than Canate? Because we bought Canate for 38 million or 36 million. So is Gavardol 85 million? Is he that much better than Canate? That's what I need to know. Is that good business? You know, it's madness what we do. Exactly. Every time I watch Gavardol, he gets cooked one-on-ones, lol. Exactly. I watched him only a few times for Leipzig. I'm not going to sit here. Before the World Cup, I didn't know much about him. And I know there's going to be people that pretend they did. Oh, I knew everything about him. I've been watching him for time. Okay, you watch every Leipzig game every weekend instead of your own team. Big up to you. That's dedication, right? You're not. So stop lying. Yeah? You saw him at the World Cup and he looked bloody good, yeah? So did Lovren. So what we doing here? What we doing here? The games I've seen him play for Leipzig in Europe, he got absolutely annihilated in. And he's 85 million. This is what people don't understand. You know, people don't sort of understand this stuff. You've got to buy footballers that suit the way you play. Yeah? So why at Man City in for Declan Rice at the moment? Apparently they are because Arsenal are. But why weren't they in for him straight away? Yeah? They were in for Calvin Phillips. They got Calvin Phillips in. He never really played because Pep weren't too happy with him. Yeah? What? You know, why did Man City go for Ake from Bournemouth? Like, of all the defenders in Europe that Pep Guardiola could have bought, Pep Guardiola went to Bournemouth and went, I need Ake in my back line. Yeah? Because he suited the way City wanted to play. He went to Everton and went, I need John Stones. I need John Stones, yeah? An English defender who's excellent at playing football, yeah? He went, I need him. Only a couple of years ago, before that, it was at Barnsley, yeah? Imagine Liverpool went and bought John Stones from Everton. The fan base would be on their knees. Oh, what are we buying John Stones for? Got to buy players that suit your system. I think Gavardol suits Man City better than he does Liverpool with the way City play. I think he'll suit Man City far more. You don't have to do one-on-one defending. City defend more in a compact. City defend more compact than we do. You know, they squeeze in more. They don't do high line. They don't do one-on-one defending. Go back and watch Liverpool defend under the Jurgen Klopp era. Go and watch Jurgen Klopp. The way Liverpool always defended under Jurgen Klopp. It's one-on-one defending. It's high line. That's why Virgil was so good at his peak. Because if you go back to the way we played, we didn't play compact defending. We didn't drop back, you know, and all this sort of stuff. The wingers didn't really come back on the fullbacks or anything like that. We played one-on-one defending with a high line and counter-pressing from the midfield. So there's always a bit of a gap between our midfield and our back line. There always has been. That is why Liverpool always give up chances. Constantly. Yeah? Always give up chances. Liverpool are never going to be that defensive unit that people want them to be. We're always going to give up the odd chance in games here and there, and it's up to the opposition to bury them, right? We play one-on-one defending. If Gavardol can't do that, why would you spend 85 million on him? It makes no sense. It's just a player people want because then they can say, oh, he's got a player. You got to change the way you play, you know? Change the way you play. You know, just change the way we play. If Klopp wants to change the way he plays and be a bit more compact at the back, you know, go and get Gavardol. Go and get him. But if you go play with a high line, yeah, because I've seen him when he does it for Leipzig, he gets cooked one-on-ones all the time. Yeah, all the time. Now, he's a young lad who's going to learn his game. But as I said, is he that much better than Canate? You know, is he that much better than Canate? And Canate sometimes struggles with the one-on-one defending with the high line. And Canate is bigger, stronger, and quicker. So, I'm not saying he's not a great player and we shouldn't get him, guys. So this is the problem with the Liverpool fan base right now. You can't have sensible conversations You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to. I'm not saying that FSG are right, because they're not. They should invest more of their money on players. Of course they should. But we go too over the top about stuff all the time. You know, Mickey van der Ven is his name. I don't know much about him. The only thing I know is that he's really quick. Yeah. Now, if he's better as a defender that suits Liverpool more in one-on-one defending with pace and mobility at the back, if that's what Klopp's looking at, if Klopp wants pace and mobility at the back to continue playing a high line and counter pressing from the midfield, then he might as well go and get that Mickey. Yeah, that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's correct, and I'm not saying it's the way we should do it. But if that suits the manager more in the way we play and helps us, then go and do it. I mean, a few years ago, I remember everyone was lauding Joe Gomez because Joe Gomez had a great season with Van Dijk in our Champions League year when we conceded not a lot of goals. This fan's making my eyes hurt. Sorry, guys. This hay fever's killing me. Gomez had a great season with us, and everyone will say, "Oh, Gomez is the next superstar. He's England's best defender." This and that, and now everyone looks at him and say, "Like, Gomez needs to leave Liverpool." Injuries have caused that issue as well, but we've got to get players that suit the system and the way we play. We know we have a budget. Liverpool have a budget. Shock. We have a budget. Shock. Yeah. We have a budget. I don't care, right? The budget's the budget. We all know what the budget is, guys. We all know what we are as a football club, right? Jurgen Klopp knows what we are as a football club. He knows the budget. He knows the players we go for. Would I want Declan Rice at Liverpool? Yeah. I've been talking about Declan Rice for time, right? For a long time, I've been saying Declan Rice is a baller. He's a really, really good footballer. I remember a few weeks ago, a lot of fans were talking about Declan Rice and saying, no, he's overrated. It's English hype. He's not as good as everyone makes him out to be. And now because Arsenal are trying to buy him, every Liverpool account now on Twitter is like, oh my God, why aren't we getting Declan Rice? We should be in for Declan Rice. But these same people a few weeks ago were saying he's overrated, he's overpriced, it's English hype, it's English media hype. It's just stupid. It's absolutely mental the way it goes back and forward. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'd like Declan Rice in my team. Here's the reason we won't buy Declan Rice, yeah? Here's the reason we won't buy Declan Rice. Where does he play? Simple as that. Where does he play? Because we've got too many players in Declan Rice's position right now. We've got McAllister, we've got Henderson, we've got Thiago, we've got Fabinho, and we've got Stefan. Yeah? So where does Rice play? It's so much easier him going to Arsenal because Arsenal got Thomas Partey and that's it. Because Xhaka's leaving. So, and they got that Vieira guy who's absolute dog crap. By the way, that Vieira guy that went to Arsenal last summer, I remember all Liverpool fans going, why aren't we buying him? Why aren't we in for him? Oh, he's a good little player. Why aren't we in for this Vieira kid? It's dog shit. That's why we aren't in for him. And then the year before that, when Sal Niguez, is it? Sal from Atletico Madrid went to Chelsea, and all Liverpool fans on Twitter, oh my God, why aren't we going in for Sal? He's perfect for us. Goes to Chelsea, dog shit. Because they're names. People think, oh, perfect. It's all crap. It's just mad. It's just mad. So Rice, I'd love Declan Rice at our football club. I've been bigging up Declan Rice at time. I'm one of the only people that did, and hasn't changed my mind on him like a lot of other fans have. People will pretend they haven't, but I can tell you right now, go and watch YouTube shows from Liverpool content creators. Go and watch Arsenal YouTube channels. Go and watch all these other YouTube channels and listen about what they were saying about Declan Rice about 6 to 10 weeks ago. Good player, overhyped, over English hyped, not worth 100 million. And because Liverpool are not going for him, and Arsenal are, and they're for 100 million, now everyone's changed their tune and go, oh, he'd be perfect. Oh, what a player he is. He's 100 million. That's nothing. Why aren't we in for him? You can't make this shit up because fans are deluded. They got an agenda, and because they go with that agenda so much, they're stuck on this agenda. They can't get off it. They just can't let the mask slip. They can't let the mask slip a little bit. And now you got, because the agenda's still going, you got the McAllister thing now. We got McAllister through the door for 35 million, which is a bargain. And everyone was saying, "Oh, we only got McAllister because it was 35 million." I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we did only get McAllister because he's 35 million, because he's a superstar footballer for only 35 million. What are wrong with you guys? Literally, what is wrong with people? Oh, you see that Ferrari outside my door? Yeah, that Ferrari outside my door. It's in perfectly working order. Perfectly working order. There's nothing wrong with it. I've just got a massive sale on it right now. 70% off the main figure. 70% off the main figure. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that 70% off Ferrari. No, I don't want that. I want the full price Ferrari, 2 doors down. Exactly the same car. Completely nothing wrong with it. But it's going to cost me more money, so it'd be more pleasing. It's fucking. I don't get it. I don't get everyone's issues. I really don't. I mean, do I want better players at my football club? Of course I do. Would I love Liverpool got Jude Bellingham? Yes, but we didn't. So I moved on. Gavardole don't make no sense to me, because I don't think he fits how we play. So I'm all right not getting him. Would I like Declan Rice? I've said it all the time. I want Declan Rice. But we can't get him because we have too many midfielders. People don't seem to get this. People are not understanding how many midfielders we have. We have 8 or 9 midfielders. We play with 3. How many can we have? You can only have a 25-man squad, guys. How many of these boys have got? I mean, and people will go to you, but Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain left. Oh, that's good. They never played. You do know if 4 people leave, you don't have to replace them with 4 people, yeah? Ox was always injured, never played. Naby was always injured, never played, yeah? I don't have to replace them 2 players. They never played. I have to replace the players that are playing all the time and are getting old. Henderson played 50 games last year. He's 33. He should be replaced. Thiago is 31. He's always injured. He's got a year left in his contract. He should be replaced. Fabinho is 29 apparently, but he's going to be 30 in the new season. He's had a diet. He's had a bad 12 months. Is he going to be any better? Probably not. He needs to be replaced. So Henderson, Thiago and Fabinho are the players we should be shifting out of this football team and then getting your Declan Rices in, guys. I'll be all over that. Get your Declan Rices in. Get your McAllisters in. Get your Turams in. Get your Gabriel Vegas in. That's the recruit we should be doing. That's how you rebuild this midfield, not buying these people and then keeping Henderson, keeping Fabinho, keeping Thiago. Do you see how it works? It's mad. We have 8 to 9 midfielders in this team because for some reason people are not counting Tyler Morton and Harvey Elliott. So if you're counting Tyler Morton and Harvey Elliott, we have 8 to 9 midfielders. It's absolutely balmy. So we play with 3. You need to get rid of players, man. You know, it's just. I want these players in. People think I don't want these players in, which is balmy. I want Declan Rice's, yeah? I'd love a Declan Rice. I'd love Jude Bellingham, yeah? But they're not Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain replacements because they never played. This is where everyone's missing the point. Literally where everyone's missing the point, yeah? Everyone's missing the point. Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain never played. They're not the ones we need to replace. They're not the ones we need to replace. The ones you need to replace are Fabinho, Thiago and Henderson. And as long as they stay at the football club, they will have a match squad number, which means they will play games. They will be in the match day squads. Yeah? And if you've got McAllister there now, he will play. Elliott, he will play. Curtis Jones, he will play. Stefan Bajcetic, he will play. So there's players there that go along with the three old guys. McAllister, the new guy. That means we've only got really room for one more midfielder. And then you got Trent. Then you got Trent Alexander-Arnold. If they make Trent a full-blown midfielder next season, that's Trent in midfield. If Trent decides to play in midfield, even if we play the way we played at the end of this season, yeah, where Trent has this false right back role where he goes into midfield, yeah, well, he takes up a midfield place being in there, right? He takes up a midfield place. If he goes and does this right back role where he goes into midfield, that's a midfield place taken up. So again, there's no room. That's why Liverpool only go buy 2 midfielders this summer. It's just, Edward, we don't know if he's not going to be in the squad yet, mate, unless you can see into the future. Edward, unless you can see into the future right now, Morton will have a match day squad number. Big up, Drew, in the chat. Hope you're doing well. So this is the issue I'm having. I talk about this to people all the time. Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain are not the players we should be replacing. They never played. Never played. Go to next season, yeah? McAllister, say we get McAllister and Thuram in, which I think will be the case. I think Thuram will be coming to Liverpool, yeah? Say our only 2 midfield options, our new 2 midfielders for this season are Thuram and McAllister, yeah? Thuram and McAllister are in our match day squad, yeah? Who's the other midfielders? Thiago, Henderson, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Stefan Bajcetic. That's 8, yeah? That's 8 midfielders, yeah? And we only play with 3, right? Say McAllister gets injured or a Thuram gets injured in one game, yeah? Then we got the same midfield 3 that we had last season. See, are you seeing how this works out now? Because Naby Keita and Ox never played. So the same midfield this season, last season, will be the same midfield this season if a Thuram and a McAllister get injured or don't play them games. You're still playing with Hendo, Fabinho and Thiago and Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott and Stefan Bajcetic. There's no difference. None. None. So the players that are gone in Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain are not the players we should have replaced because they don't play. The players we should be replacing are your Thiagos, your Hendos, your Fabinhos. Why can no one work this out? I don't get it. There's no room. If you only get 2 midfielders in, there's no room. See, are people starting to work this out now? You know, people might be starting to work this out now. Fabinho needs to be gone. Thiago needs to be gone. There is no room, Edward. 8 midfielders, Edward. How many midfielders do you want, son? You want 10 midfielders? Because I don't get you, Edward. I don't get you, mate. Stop with your Klopp bullshit, yeah? It really irritates me. Yeah? I'm not having to go at Klopp. I'm not having to go at anyone else like that. I'm having to go at FSG here, right? There's no room in our midfield. None. God, so I don't know what's wrong with people. It fucking irritates me. It really does. Absolutely irritates me. You want 9 midfielders when we play 3 midfielders. That's mad. Why? It's just I don't get it, man. Big up, Oliver. My mum is watching. Big up, Oliver. We need players to go, man. We need other players to go. Simple as that. We need other players to go. As I keep saying, Naby Keita and Ox are not being replaced. Naby Keita and Ox are not being replaced. If we don't play, say we get McAllister's in, we know that. Say we get Kepa and Thuram, yeah? And we got Thuram, yeah? Say Thuram and McAllister are on the subs bench in one game, guys, yeah? Say they're on the subs bench in one game. What's the midfield three? What's going to be the midfield three? It's going to be a mixture of Curtis Jones, Thiago, Henderson, and Trent or Fabinho. Yeah, it's going to be a mixture of them three. Exactly the same midfield we got now that everyone's moaning about that hasn't changed. That's not good enough. Yeah, that midfield we got now, everyone's telling me is not good enough. It's run its course. We need to revamp this midfield. Now, I would like to get rid of one of them and bring a third midfielder in. I'd like to say, go, right, Henderson, your time's up. Thank you very much. We're going to let you go. Or Fabinho, your time's up. Thank you very much. We'll let you go. Yeah. And then you go and get, a Kone in to play the 6, a Thuram and a McAllister. There's your 3, yeah? That's your new 3 midfielders. Then you've got young players and you keep a Fabinho and Thiago till the following season. Then the following season, you change them out. And in 2 years' time, you've got a whole brand new midfield. In 2 years' time, that's the pack. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at getting everything done in one summer because you can't. It's impossible, right? You can't do everything in one summer. If you think you can do everything in one summer, it's very, very difficult to do. Do it in 2 summers. Show me a pattern of what you want to do. I need Liverpool to show me their vision. Show me a vision of how you want this turnover to be. In a 2-year spell is fine. Some fans won't like it because fans want everything today. I'm not one of them. I understand how football works. I think a lot of fans today just think, all right, do this. Look, the reason Chelsea struggled this year is because they bought too many players. That's the reason Chelsea struggled this year. They bought far too many players. They went through 3 managers and none of them knew their strongest first team. That's a mistake. You've got to bring players in gradually. Yeah. So for me, Liverpool should probably just bring in 3 midfielders this summer. Yeah. Let one of the veteran midfielders leave, either a Thiago, a Hendo, or a Fabinho. One of them have to leave to make way. You have 3 new midfielders. Say Liverpool did this, and you got Kone in the 6, you got Thuram and McAllister. Yeah, they're your 3 new midfielders. Then you got all your youngsters. You got Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and then you got Thiago, Fabinho, and on the sidelines, yeah. And you got a couple of other youngsters coming through, right? And you got Tyler Morton and all that sort of stuff, right? It's not perfect by any means. It's not perfect, but your new 3, right? They're going to be your main players, not for this season, but for next season, yeah. Right, and you introduce them slowly. You mix them up with your Thiagos. You mix them up with your Fabinhos and your Curtis Joneses and your Stephens and stuff like that. You mix it all up, and then the following season you go, right, Thiago's leaving, and now Fabinho's leaving. So we need to go and buy 2 more midfielders to come in. The 3 you bought the previous season, yeah, I now had a year at the football club, and are now your 3 main new midfielders. And the 2 you go by the following year come underneath, and they go mix in with your 3 that you bought the year before. That's how you do it. But we stagnate as a football club. And the longer we keep Thiago's around, Fabinho's around, Henderson's around, the longer we keep them around, the only players that are going to leave are youngsters. And you're replacing youngsters. That makes no sense. I want to keep the youngsters. They're the future of the football club. Stefan Bajcetic is a future of the football club. He could be a great player for us if built properly, if looked after properly. He's got a bright future, man. I don't want him going on loan or being sold just so we can keep Fabinho, just so we can keep Henderson. That's madness. That's absolute madness and makes no sense. So we need to be more serious in the way we do business, guys. That's all I'm saying here. I'm not having to go at anyone. It's just the business sense of FSG makes no sense to me whatsoever right now. And people keep telling me, oh, you're an FSG shield. Why do you stick up for FSG all the time? I've not said that once. I'm not sticking up for anyone. I'm not sticking up for anyone at all. I've said from day one, buy the players that suit the manager. Yeah? Darwin Núñez, does he really suit Jurgen Klopp's style? Probably not. Cody Gakpo. There's a reason Cody Gakpo was bought in January, guys, and he played the number 9, and Darwin didn't. There's a reason for it. And the reason for it is because Jurgen thinks he's a better number 9 than Darwin Núñez and suits the way he plays. Klopp has spoke about it, about Darwin. He said Darwin can't defend from the front yet. That's why he put Cody Gakpo. Like, a lot of people were going, Jay, I remember when I was doing my videos, everyone's going, Jay, why did we buy Cody Gakpo and not a midfielder in January? It makes no sense. Then you go and listen to what Jurgen Klopp said in press conference. The best way of Liverpool defending is from the front. Liverpool can't defend from the front anymore because Bobby's gone and Mane's gone, sorry. Two very important pieces of the puzzle for Liverpool in their time under Jurgen Klopp from defending from the front. So Liverpool can't press no more in the high line because their two forward players that defended from the front are no longer there. And we've got someone in like Darwin Núñez who can't do that job. So it makes no sense. And that's why he went and got Cody Gakpo. And you saw it straight away. Cody Gakpo defends from the front. And he's a bloody good player. And he plays in the number 9 position. You know, that's his tactics. Now, do I agree with them? Maybe not. Do we need a change? Probably, yeah. But there is tactics right now. So is there a point of buying players? No matter if you agree with Klopp's tactics or you disagree with Klopp's tactics. If you go and buy players that don't suit the way Jurgen Klopp wants to play, they're going to struggle. It don't matter how good of a player they are. I would say Thiago has struggled at times at Liverpool to adapt to the way Jurgen Klopp wants him to play. But because he's so good, he can make it work. But also at the same time, it's probably the reason for a lot of his injuries because he has to do so much running. I mean, he come out the other day and said, he come out last season, Thiago, and said, Klopp showed me how to run. I've never had to run before. No, Thiago, go back to Thiago's career, man. Thiago doesn't have to run in midfield like he does for Liverpool. So you're taking something away from Thiago's game a little bit. Have we ever really played Thiago properly in this Liverpool midfield in the way Thiago's been brought up at Barcelona and Bayern Munich? Have we ever really played Thiago in his role? Not really. If you look at the way Trent played at the end of the season being this inside fullback, he played in that double pivot with Fabinho, yeah? That's where you want Thiago. You want Thiago in your double pivot, with your DM and Thiago getting all the room. But that's what he was doing with Trent. So that makes me think that he will play Trent there more than Thiago next season. So if that's the case, let Thiago go and get a midfielder that's got mobility and can run in our midfield. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Just go and get a player that can suit your midfield. Big up, Oliver. Oliver, chill, man. It's all good. It's all good. Say hello to your mum for me. That makes sense, Trent, to replace Thiago. Yeah, I mean, Trent can get around the pitch more. He's more mobile. He can run more. He won't get injured by running all the time. You don't want Thiago to do that sort of running. So play Trent there. Get players that suit the way Klopp wants to play. I don't know what Klopp's system's going to be next season. I really don't. I do not know what Klopp's system's going to be next season. Is he going to go back to 4-3-3 and play Trent at right back? Maybe. Or is he going to play this inside fullback role where Trent goes into midfield? If Trent goes into midfield next season, guys, this is what I'm trying to say. Put it all on the line here, right? Say Trent goes into midfield next season, right? So you've got Trent there, McAllister there, say Thuram there, that's 3. Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and Tyler Morton if he doesn't go out on loan. That's 9 midfielders at the club. That's 9 midfielders, right? Where's room for another one? Unless one leaves. This is what I keep saying, man. This is what I keep saying. Back to heavy metal football, Mark. Yeah, I think that's the way Klopp might want to play. That's why he's trying to get legs in midfield. That's why McAllister makes sense. That's why Thuram makes sense. That's why putting Trent in maybe into that midfield area, or inverted fullback makes sense if you're playing that heavy metal way. But you can't do that if you have Thiago, Henderson, and Fabinho, because as we saw last season, Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson failed at that. They couldn't do it. That's why we're asking for this midfield revamp. But a midfield revamp don't mean just replacing Navigator and Oxlade-Chamberlain, because they never played. This is my big issue with all guys. So when it comes to FSG, I agree with everyone in the chat. We need to do more. But they need to be more ruthless at the same time. They need to be more ruthless. They need to go, right, you want these players in, you need to leave. Players need to go. Right, and aren't we even buy to sell anymore? Because I hear this a lot. Oh, Liverpool are a buy to sell football team. Who the hell do we ever sell to buy anyone anymore? We don't sell anybody. We let players run out of contract. Like, who have we sold and bought anyone with? We bought Darwin Núñez before we sold Mane. And that weren't equal, was it? We sold Mane for like 20 odd million, and bought Mane for and bought Darwin for 60 odd. So that didn't convert, did it? Who do we actually sell now and buy? That's what it's mad. Who do we do that with? Who do we do that with? Who do we actually sell? No one. This club don't sell anybody, unfortunately. No one. But we still buy players in. You know, we're not a buy-to-sell football team anymore. I mean, we've got Luis Diaz the other January, and we didn't sell anyone to buy Diaz. Yeah? What I love is the fact that when we do sell a person, maybe like 8 months to a year later, they go, well, there you go. They sold so-and-so to buy so-and-so. And like, no, they didn't. Diaz was bought in the January. No one left in the January. We didn't sell anyone. So what are you chatting about? That's not buy to sell. That's not how buy to sell works. That's just how football works. Yeah. You do know you have to sell people. You know, buy to sell is selling a player, then using that money to then buy a player. Yeah, that's what buy to sell is. The only time Liverpool have done that is with Coutinho. That is the only time FSG have actually done buy to sell. They sold Coutinho first and then bought everyone else. Yeah, that is the only time we've done it. We have never ever really been sell to buy. Never. Never been sell to buy. You know, Moneyball's gone flat, man, as Noel says there. Big up, Oliver. Hope you're doing well, mate. Back to Klopp's original template. Big, strong, quick passing and blast most teams away. I agree, Mark. I think that's what Mark says there. I think that's what Mark's. I agree with Mark here. I think that's what we're trying to get back to. That's why he's getting for Thuram. Thuram's 6'4". He's quick, he's mobile, he's a ball carrier, and he can defend. McAllister, you know, he's a ball carrier, he can defend, he's mobile. You know, they're the players they're going for. There's no doubt, Mark. I agree with you there, man. Here you go. We spent 220 million last year and recouped 50. Exactly. You know, it's just... I don't like the way we work. Oliver, how do you only have 4.6k? Thank you very much, Oliver. I appreciate it, man. I'm not sure. Hopefully we can get more, man. Big up Wiggs, is it? Big up to you, man. If FSG actually built on our success of the Champions League and carried on like City do every summer, we wouldn't be here. The blame is on them. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, man. Too much concentration on building and too much concentration on buildings, not the team. Yeah, I agree. Look, I'm not sticking up for FSG in the slightest because I agree with everyone. I really, really do. I really do. They concentrated, for me, FSG in the last few years, as I think Wiggs, I think that's his name there, said there that we concentrated far too much on building construction concentrated too much on construction, building up Anfield and, getting the training centre and all that stuff. And it's gone. And what happened is it's taken away from us building the squad. You can have a nice home. You can have the best home in the world. But if you've got no furniture to put in it, well, that's what I'm saying. You can have the best house, the best looking house in the world. And everyone walks past your house and goes, my God, that is a beautiful house. There is no better house I've ever seen in my life. But if you've got no furniture in it, you haven't got a home, have you? And that's the difference. It can look beautiful on the outside, but inside it's dark, it's damp, and it's dreary. And that Liverpool at the moment looks great on the outside, but on the inside it looks dark and damp and dreary. And that's the problem right now. We have made the outside look amazing. They made Anfield look better. Anfield's going to look better and better and better. They made the training centre. They're trying to build up around Anfield now, around the roads around Anfield. So they're trying to make it look prettier. So all that looks lovely on the eye. It looks tremendous. Go have 61,000 next season. The biggest Anfield's been in forever. 61, 62,000 seated capacity. It's going to be better. You've got a better training complex now. They've kept Melwood. One good thing I'm glad they did is not sell Melwood off to estate agents where they can just build flats and all that. They bought Melwood back and they gave Melwood to the Liverpool women's team. So Melwood now is home to the Liverpool's women's team where they can, grow their women's academy, grow the women's game, got better training facilities, better match day facilities and everything for the women's game. That's good. So all that on the eye looks fantastic. The problem is they've let the squad die. And that's the issue. They've let the squad die. And that's the big issue right here. That's the big issue right here. And we need that squad to be revamped now. Wow, that was full of... Yeah, big up. With multiplayers. Big up, Ryan. What will happen is we will get decent new player. We will pick up again and then we'll sell Salah back to square one. Should have kept Mane. Do you know what, Ryan? I think we let Mane go at the right time. I think we let Mane leave at the right time. If you look at the way Mane's career's gone since he went to Bayern, he doesn't quite look like the same player now. So I think we did let Mane go at the same time. Look, as I said, when we let Mane go, we had the best years of Sadio Mane. No one is going to get the best of Sadio Mane. I said it when he went to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are not going to get the Sadio Mane that Liverpool had. They're just not. And that's how it's worked out. So I think we let Mane go at the right time. With Salah, and I don't think Salah's ever going to leave. I think Salah's agent the other day come out and said them PSG rumours are complete nonsense. He's never leaving Liverpool. Salah's on a massive contract. It'll cost a lot. I spoke about this yesterday. It would cost a lot of money for anyone to buy Mo Salah, even at 31 now. Even at 31. For Mo Salah, I think Mo Salah's like a really young 31-year-old. He's in great shape. He eats right. He doesn't drink. He looks after himself. He's a pure athlete. He's only getting better. FSG would ask for some ridiculous money for Mo Salah. It'd have to be 150 million. It'd have to be 150 million for Mo Salah. He's 30 goals every season. Goals are the biggest currency in football, and Mo Salah gives you the biggest currency. So why would you sell him? There's not a better right winger who scores goals in world football than Mo Salah. It's 150 million all day. So that's why I don't think he's going to ever leave the football club. I wouldn't be surprised if Mo Salah retires at Liverpool. The end of his contract, he'll be 33, 34. I think he probably might even leave then on a free, maybe when he's about 34. Maybe go somewhere to make a buckload of money for a year or two and then retire. I literally think that. Since AFCON in contract. Yeah, I get what you're saying. He has dropped off a little bit, but he scored over 30 goals this season. I mean, that's still mad. But I get what you're saying, and I agree. But the man still scored 30 goals this season. I think what we got to look with Mo now, Mo is more about output, I would say, than he is about what you watch on the eye. I think Mo's more about output now, but I do agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, go Saudi for a payday. Yeah, I reckon after the end of his contract, maybe. Ronaldo and Salah are front too. Jesus Christ. Steve says you complain about Liverpool having too many midfielders at City have 14. Yeah, and how many of them play? Big up, Steve. Big up. But how many of them play is what I'm asking. So what's City's midfield? Gundogan, Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Foden occasionally. That's it. So they're the midfielders that play. They don't, they're the midfielders. I can't think of anyone else that plays. So let's work this out. Rodri plays every game because he's their DM. De Bruyne plays most of the games, but he's rested a bit. Bernardo Silva plays a load of games. Gundogan plays a load of games. There ain't many more. There ain't many more, my friend. There ain't many more. John Stones has come in and playing midfield now from a defensive point of view. So they're using about 6 midfielders all season. So they've not even used Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips was bought and weren't even used. So they've used about 6 midfielders this season. Big up, Daz. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Well. There you go, Pat-Man. Big up, Pat-Man. Yeah, Pat-Man, do you think Foden's going to go into midfield low next season? Do you think Foden's going to go into midfield next season? Because there's rumours that City are going to put Foden into midfield. Do you reckon that's what happened? I just want FSG to set up. Yeah, we've outgrown them. I agree. They can't keep up with the teams around them financially, take a massive profit and go. I agree. They do need to leave now. How do you do that on a live stream? How do I do what, Oliver? Let me know, man. I love Thiago, but his legs are gone. It's time he goes and focuses on pace and power in mid. I agree. Salah's scored 19 Premier League goals last season. Yeah, but when it's 30 in all competitions or something like that. We have Rodri, Phillips, Gundo, Peroni, De Bruyne, Bernardo, who can play in the wing. Stones as a centre back, Lewis as the right back. There you go. So that's what I'm saying. So City, that Pat-Man's saying there, City have 7 midfielders, basically. 7 midfielders. The same as Liverpool. It's the quality, not the quantity, guys. This is the issue. Big up, Pat-Man. Big up, Daz. What is FSG? Liverpool's owners, man. Liverpool's owners. Big up, man. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Tight arses. They are tight arses. Grealish more of a forward, ain't he now? That's the thing, see. This is what I've been trying to say. Let me just get to I think I had a super chat. Big up. Retired to my farm slan. Big up to you, Jamie. I understand the frustration. Klopp appears to be the one holding on to players for too long. This is because of FSG's budget. Could very well be. Big up, man, Slatan. Big up to you. Yeah, that is very true. That is quite true. I mean, we all look as Pac-Man said there. City have got roughly around 7 midfielders that they use all season, yeah, right, and they rotate them not quite frequently. But if you look at City's midfield, they got Rodri as the DM, who's the best DM in world football, yeah. Then you've got Kevin De Bruyne is probably the best midfielder in world football. And then you've got Bernardo Silva, who's an absolute... I don't like Bernardo Silva. He's a complete arsehole. But he's a tremendous footballer. And he got converted as a winger into a midfield situation, right? And they play them three quite a lot. And then you've got Gundogan, who came in at the end of the season and just shows everyone the quality he's got. They're the four main midfielders at Man City that they use pretty much all season and rotated quite a lot. This is what I'm saying. It's about quality over quantity. So if you look at Liverpool right now, this is where I'm coming from, guys. This is where I'm trying to come from. We want to catch Man City, yeah? They are the be-all and end-all. They are the best team in world football, without a shadow of doubt. So everyone needs to catch them, right? I don't need to catch Arsenal. I don't care about. I want Man City, the only team I care about. I don't care about catching Arsenal or catching Newcastle. I want to catch Man City, yeah? So if we want to catch Man City and we get a McAllister in, who I think is a great player. Look, Man City fans really rate McAllister. They wanted McAllister. McAllister's a great little player. We got him now. Say we get a Thuram in as well. They're great signings. But again, they're not replacing the players that really need replacing in Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago. Because if them two don't play in a game, say Klopp goes, right, I'm going to rest McAllister and Thuram for this game and have them on the bench. Well, the midfield is the same midfield we had last season that the whole fan base said ain't good enough no more. It's about getting quality over quantity. You know, you don't need 9 midfielders. Give me 7 first-team midfielders. That's what I asked for. I want 7 first-team midfielders that can all come into our team and interchange and rest and rotate, and you don't have quality drops. You know, I don't want to go from, this player's up here, and they get subbed for the player that comes on, and the quality drops down here. I want 7 midfielders like Man City have got that are all equal of quality that can come in and do a job. Now, Thuram's not confirmed yet, but it's highly likely that he will join Liverpool. You know, that's big up Fridays, Cole, one big up to you. You know, and that's what I want that's what I want in. That's what I want in, right? But I'm quite chilled on it because the transfer window literally opened only 3 days ago. You know, let's see where we are in 3 weeks' time. Look, everyone comes back to pre-season in 3 weeks' time. Let's see where the club is in 3 weeks. Let's see what business has been done. You know, this is why I get a bit like, let's just chill and relax and wait. See what happens. I want better. We all want better. We all would like a Declan Rice. Yes, of course. But as I said, if you're keeping Fabinho, Henderson and all that, there's no room. Get rid of Fabinho. Sell Fabinho. Go and get Declan Rice in. Perfect. Go and get Casado. He's a player that everyone's going mad over at the moment. Casado. Now, Casado's transfer value generates between... So Tony Bloom, the Brighton owner, said he wouldn't accept anything less than 120 million for Casado. And then Fabrizio Romano, I think, put reports out yesterday that Chelsea are working on Casado deal anywhere between 70 and 80 million. So it's conflicted at the moment what the price of Casado is going to be. Casado is a good, very, very, very good player. There's no doubts about that. I know people say he can play right back. I've seen Casado play right back. He's terrible at right back. That should never happen. Casado's a number 6. But for Liverpool to get Casado, I love Casado. I would like Liverpool to go and buy Casado. Of course I would, right? But when the owners look at it, and this is where they're wrong, by the way, but when they look at it, they're looking at it and going, right, he plays the number 6 position. He's a defensive midfielder. But we've got Fabinho there, we've got Stefan there, and we've got Henderson there. All 3 of them can play the number 6 if needed, right? All 3 of them. Now, for me, that shouldn't matter. We should go and get Casado and then get rid of one of them. For me, I wouldn't want to get rid of Stefan because I think Stefan has got a bright future. Stefan Bajcetic has got a bright future. He needs to stay, yeah? He's got a bright future. The other 2 haven't got bright futures. Fabinho and Henderson haven't got bright futures. Henderson's going to be 33. You know, he's had 12 years at Liverpool. 12 years. you know, his future is set. He's done tremendous for the football club, no matter what you think of him. He's had a great professional career, but Casado's the one we need in. You know, he's the player we need to come in. You know, but that ain't gonna happen if you've got these three players there. You know, that's the issue there. Now, with Stefan, let's take young Stefan, yeah? Liverpool could be looking at him and going, right, he could be a superstar in a few years' time. Young Stefan here could be an absolute gem and a superstar in a few years' time. Why would we buy anybody that jeopardizes his progression? Now, I'm not saying that should be the case. I don't think it should. But unfortunately, that's the way our club look at things. That's the way our club look at things. They go look at young Stefan and go, he's got a bright future. He could be an absolute superstar for us. And he could save us 70 million on a midfielder. That's the way they're going to look at it, right? Not the way I'm looking at it. And that's part of the issue. That's part of the issue. Yes, young Stefan is a great player. Yeah, and he's going to be a tremendous player in the years to come. We look after him, nurture him, play him correctly, don't overplay him, all these sort of things, and coach him well. He's got a massive future ahead of him. There's no doubt about that. But why can't we have Casado to go with him? And that's where I agree with you guys. This is where I agree with you. Why can't we have Casado go with him? Because the owners and the club don't think like that. And that's the issue. That's the issue right now. So for me, there's two prongs into this attack. You got Jurgen Klopp, who likes to play a certain way of football, guys. You know, in Jurgen Klopp, Jurgen Klopp has said it many, many times. The best way for Jurgen Klopp to win games of football is by counter pressing. If you're playing counter pressing, you need a mobile and quick midfield. The reason we didn't succeed last season is because we got the slowest midfield and the oldest midfield. Right? That's why we failed. Right? The reason we started winning games towards the end of the season is because Curtis Jones played 10 games in a row and Trent Alexander-Arnold went into midfield. It's not a coincidence, guys, that we were unbeaten in our last 11 games with Trent in midfield and Curtis Jones in midfield. Because they do the job Klopp wants. They're mobile in midfield. They win second balls back. They win balls back high in transition. They can defend and they can attack. Right? That's why we went on that 11-game unbeaten run. It also helped Mo Salah out because of them two in midfield. It also helped Mo Salah get into a better attacking positions in front of the goal to score goals. Cody Gakpo was a big asset in that because he came in and was that like defensive forward in that number 9 position who can come deep, collect the ball off the midfield and turn and attack. You know, these helped. That's the reason we went back into winning things. And that is why we need midfielders that suit Jurgen Klopp's style. We all want to go back to winning things. And I think the problem is, what are my kids doing? Hang on 1 second, guys. 1 second. Yeah, look, get players that suit Klopp's system. I think the problem is that people think we can't go on win things if we don't buy these superstar players. And as I keep saying, Pac-Man's still in chat here, tell me this, right? You go back and look at City last few transfers, yeah? Ake from Bournemouth, yeah? 2 years ago. Ake from a relegated Bournemouth 2 years ago, right? He weren't a superstar player. I remember a lot of fans are laughing, going, why are they wasting their money on Ake? One of the best defenders in the league this year, helped them to win a treble, yeah? Ake was one of the reasons why Man City won a treble this year. John Stones bought from Everton. A couple of years before he was at Everton, he was at Barnsley. Barnsley, yeah? Everton bought Stones from Barnsley, sold him to City. He wasn't a superstar player when Man City went and bought him. A lot of people were looking at 50 million for John Stones. Jesus Christ, right? But look at him now. Plays midfield. He was the best player on the pitch in the Champions League final. Superstar player now. Kyle Walker was a very, very good footballer at Tottenham Hotspur, but he weren't getting the recognition he got now he's at Man City. You know, now he's at Man City, people talk about him as the best right back in world football and the best right back in England. People weren't talking about him like that when he was at Tottenham. You don't have to buy these world-renowned superstars to achieve at the game. The only world-renowned superstar that Man City have bought is Haaland, because Kevin De Bruyne weren't this world-renowned superstar when Man City bought him. He was at Wolfsburg, was it? And people just thought he was a reject from Chelsea. And then he went on to be massive, do great things. Yeah, Bernardo Silva is a world superstar now. But he wasn't a world superstar when City went and bought him. The only other world superstars City have bought is Aguero and David Silva. They were world superstars before City bought them. So it's about buying players that suit your system, guys. Go and buy players that suit your system, and Liverpool will go and win things. You know, Akanji weren't a world superstar, guys. 15 million he cost, but he was tremendous this season. And again, Akanji was one of the reasons City went and won the Premier League. How many people actually knew who Rodri was before City went and bought him? Look, being honest here, guys. How many of you guys actually knew who Rodri was before Man City went and bought him? Now he's arguably the best defensive midfielder in world football. Ruben Diaz. Was Ruben Diaz on everyone's lips to buy as a defender back then? Probably not. They went and bought Ruben Diaz, and he's a superstar of a defender now. You know, who heard of Ederson? I didn't really hear of Ederson. It was at Benfica, wasn't he? I didn't really hear much of Ederson. Come in, superstar of a goalkeeper. Alvarez was 15, 17 million from Argentina. And I'm going to sit here right now and tell you for truth, I didn't know who Alvarez was. I'm like, oh, they bought up. But I trusted that City bought him. He must be pretty good. Quality footballer. So you don't have to buy superstar footballers. The team make them. So Mane, Salah, Robbo, Alisson, Virgil, these weren't superstar footballers before Liverpool bought them. Liverpool made them superstar footballers because they suited the system Jurgen Klopp wanted to play. And with Jurgen Klopp's coaching at the time, he made them all superstar footballers. And it's the same with City and Pep Guardiola. Buy players that suit your system. I can tell you right now, if Liverpool went and bought Ake from relegated Bournemouth, Liverpool fans would go mad. Oh, why are we buying Ake? I don't really rate him. He just got relegated with Bournemouth. Seems like too much money to me. Trust the process at time, guys. Sometimes we have to trust the process a little bit. Was Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Fabinho the best three midfielders in world football when we won Premier League and Champions League? Nowhere near. But they worked as a unit. No one could get past them. Everyone we played struggled against the midfield of Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Jordan Henderson. Everyone struggled. Everyone. But they're not the three best midfielders on the planet. Nowhere near it. But they worked as a unit. He worked as a unit. And that's what Liverpool need to do. Buy players that suit the system, what Klopp wants to play. And if they're good enough players with quality, Liverpool will win things again. Virgil was a superstar. Why do you think City were in for him? He wasn't a superstar. Come on. He was a very good player, but he wasn't a superstar. Why do you think City went for him? Stop thinking that because they didn't rate them and they weren't great. I didn't say they didn't rate him. Where are you coming from? I never said once they didn't rate him. I didn't say once I didn't rate Virgil. When we was in for Virgil from Southampton, I wanted Virgil from Southampton. I thought he was the best defender in the league when he was at Southampton. I'm just saying he weren't a superstar. You know, he weren't a superstar at heart at Southampton. He became a superstar at Liverpool. He was a very good player, though. We need Gabriel Vega, Thuram, and then a centre back and the rest. Big up Jack. What am I saying? That's clownish options, my friend. opinions? Can you let me know in the chat? Let me know in the chat, man. Oh my God! So he wasn't a superstar at Southampton. Come on. Right. So who was the superstar? So was Ake a superstar? Let me just have this conversation with Team and Reluctant Socialist here. Was Ake a superstar at Bournemouth? Was John Stones a superstar at Everton? Was Carl Walker a superstar at Spurs? No. Did Pep Guardiola make them superstars? Yes. Was Mo Salah a superstar at Roma that he is today? Not look. Don't look at Salah now. Look at him when he was at Fiorentina and Roma and a Chelsea reject. Yeah. So when Liverpool were in for Mo Salah, even Liverpool fans were saying it's a bit strange one going from Mo. Is he good enough? He's a bit of a Chelsea reject. That's the only thing you heard. Chelsea reject. No, Liverpool made him a superstar. I remember when we bought Sadio Mane, a lot of people were saying about Sadio Mane. Good player, exciting, and be looking forward to him. He wasn't a superstar. Klopp made them superstars. Haaland was a superstar, exactly. You know, people just got to listen to what I'm saying, man, and stop making up their own bullshit. That's what annoys me. This happens on Twitter all the time. You know, this happens on Twitter all the time. People make up their own things. Like when I say something, people then turn around and say, oh, no, listen. Oh my God, go away. You do me head in. Man City have bought more proven players than us. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. Right. Here's one for all the Liverpool fans in the chat. 2 years ago, most Liverpool fans said Liverpool have more world-class players in their 11 than Man City do. Right? That was the case, yeah? That was the case. So where were these world-class players bought from and how much for? So Salah was bought for what, 35 million from Roma? Yeah? Virgil van Dijk. Look, we had to pay 75 million for Virgil van Dijk because we gave Southampton 20 extra million because of what we did in the summer. But Van Dijk was meant to be bought for 50 million, yeah? Alisson bought for 63 million, world record at the time. Did anyone think when Liverpool played Roma in the Champions League and got their first sights of Alisson Becker that he'd go on to be the best goalkeeper in world football at the time? Because I didn't, and I know a lot of other Liverpool fans didn't. Yeah, we thought he was a decent goalkeeper, and he was far better than what we had in Mignolet and Karius. But did we see him going on to be the best goalkeeper in world football? Probably not. So he weren't a superstar when we bought him. The only world-class player Liverpool have bought in the last few years is Thiago. Thiago is undoubtedly a world-class footballer at Bayern Munich. There is no doubt about it, right? He was a proper superstar. So if we're looking at proper superstar footballers, Thiago is literally the one we've bought. Yeah? That's what everyone talked about when we bought Thiago. I remember everyone chatting about it. Oh, we bought a world-class player. It's the first time Liverpool bought a proper world-class player and not made them world-class. That's the difference. That's the difference here. Oh, okay, man. In your eyes, then everyone we bought is world-class at all these teams. Okay, so what's the problem then? So if we bought all these players we went in for were world-class at their teams, why are we all moaning about FSG then? It makes no sense. Let's stop there. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell, it does my head in. This agenda people have does my fucking head in. And this is what I mean by FSG are broke, the Liverpool fan base. Because people make no sense. So all I see is that Liverpool don't buy world-class superstars. Why can't Liverpool buy the world-class superstars like Jude Bellingham's and Haaland's, yeah? Why can't Liverpool be in for them sort of players? Jude Bellingham's and your Haaland's, right? According to that guy, we have. because everyone we bought was world class before they came to Liverpool. So why are we moaning then? So why are we moaning? Klopp didn't make anyone a superstar, according to this guy. Klopp made no one a superstar. No one. They were already world class. Is that what we're saying? So why are we moaning? Literally, why are we moaning about the owners then? Because everyone we buy is at a high standard and is already a superstar and world class before we bought them. Alisson was not world class before we bought him. Virgil was not world class before we bought him. Mo Salah was not world class before we bought him. Mane was not world class before we bought him. Can we stop? There were tremendous players with a high ceiling that we got and made superstars. That is why everyone says Liverpool make superstars. They don't buy superstars. Why do you reckon that's a saying? I don't get it. So was Robbo a superstar at Hull? Exactly, Ron. Exactly. We might have brought him in and made him a superstar. Edward, that's up to them, my friend. You know what I'm saying? I can't let people, people have their own opinions, but yeah, it's people's opinions, my man. FSG had the personnel to scout process. More Maguire also 80 million. Is he world class? Exactly. Overpaying for crap players, man. Hang on. All right, let reluctant scientist have his say. Reluctant scientist. I ain't going to remove you or anything like that. Have your say, man. Have your say. I want you to have your say because I don't understand what you're saying, reluctant scientist, socialist. Reluctant socialist, have your say, man, because I don't understand what you're saying. So, and I think everyone in the chat's a bit confused what you're saying as well. So, have your say. I'm not going to block you. I'm not removing you or anything like that. I'll even take you from time out. Just, I think someone put you in time out. If you come back from time, tell me what you're saying because I don't understand what you're saying, man. I'm talking about. Big up, Jack. You know, just go and show me. I don't get like. Tell me what you're saying, man. Put it in like. Tell me what you. Tell me what you're saying because I don't understand what you're trying to say. Because at the beginning, unless you missed the beginning of the beginning of the video is me talking about, you know, Liverpool. People want us to buy the superstar footballers, yeah, right. And my comparison is you don't always have to buy superstar footballers to make it work. That's why I looked at Man City and gone, Ake at Bournemouth wasn't a superstar footballer, but he came in and helped City win a treble. John Stones at Everton wasn't a superstar footballer at the time, but he came into Man City and City made him a superstar. Salah was not a superstar footballer at Roma. He was a very good footballer, very, very good. But Liverpool made him a superstar and made him world class. Mane wasn't a superstar at Southampton, but he was a very good footballer. That's why we went for him because he was very good. But we made him a superstar. I mean, when he was at Liverpool, he was arguably the best left wing attacker in world football for a couple of years. There was hardly anyone better than him. You know, we made him a superstar. No one was saying that when he was at Southampton. That's what I'm trying to get at, man. That's what I'm trying to get at. But I think someone timed you out. So did someone time him out? Big up, Enoch. FSG out member for 2 months. Big up, man. Right, I will. Quote me saying every player we bought were world class. Talk about an absolute agenda, you clown. What are you on about? Quote me. Oh my god, I can't. I can't win. I'm in a world where I can't. I can't win. Where? Hang on. 1 second, guys, because I don't want people to be upset and angry. You know what I mean? That's a good point. Jamie, tell me the last £100 million player that lived up to the hype and price tag. There ain't many. There ain't many. Big up, Edward. See, this is what I'm saying, Edward. But ever since Shankar, we don't usually buy a world class. They become world class here. Exactly, Edward. Thank you very much. See, this is what I'm trying to say. Grealish 100 million, was he world class? Exactly, no. But City have made him a better player, especially this year. Oh, I agree, money talks, man. I agree. Big up, Oliver. Have a great day, mate. Trying to find this message. 1 second. Right, there you go. So quote me saying every player we bought were world class. Talk about the agenda, you clown. So I don't understand the agenda you're coming at, my friend, because I never quoted that. I never said world class. I said superstar. Never said world class. I said superstar. I said our coach has made players world class. Pep Guardiola has made people world class. No one was talking about Kevin De Bruyne when he was at Wolfsburg, was it? As a world class midfielder. Now people talk about Kevin De Bruyne as the best midfielder on the planet. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, no, that's what Liverpool fans want. They want us to go and buy more world class players of that caliber into the team straight away, not project players who could become world class. That's what I'm chatting about, my friend. That sum of Virgil only 50 million for us until the incident. The extra 25 was punishment. Exactly. No one was talking about Virgil van Dijk as the greatest defender on earth when he was at Southampton. They only started talking about that when he got coached and became a better player at Liverpool. This is what I'm saying, my friend. This is what I'm saying. Big up Pond Elf. Tired of the fan base right now. We have let 4 players leave the club. Already signed one and linked to others, but it's like we've been relegated. Yeah, I agree. Big up Pond Elf. A lot of good players in the Premier League could come in and do a job for a top team. Exactly. Big up as well. 2 months member. Big up to you. Jamie is nice enough to actually engage with people. Big up, big up, Wino. Much love, man. Much love. You still have to pick the right ones that can be superstars. Can't blame everyone for going off last season. Yeah, exactly. Living the dream. Big up to you. Big up, psychedelic. I hope FSG sell TBH. They haven't got the mindset to keep up with other clubs in the investment for players. I agree. FSG need to sell. Big up. This from Jay. Liverpool create superstar players rather than buy it. It's proven over the years. Suarez, Torres, Mane. Thank you, Jay. That is all I was saying. That's all I was saying, and I was comparing it to City. If you go to Man City and look at their team, a lot of their players that make that team function were not superstars before they bought them, like your Stones, like your Walkers, like your Akes, like your Akanjis, and players like that. They weren't classed as superstars, but Pep made them superstars. The same way Klopp made a lot of Liverpool players: Van Dijk, Mane, Salah, your Bobbies, like you're saying there, Jay. Absolute superstars. Yeah, I agree. It's all I'm trying to say. Well, Klopp wanted him at Dortmund, but couldn't afford him. What? De Bruyne, or when he was at Wolfsburg, were they in Germany at the same time? Big up, man. Yeah. Yeah, Sancho. He might be a totally different player. Jane, please for the next stream, put on a nose and a wig. What? Oh, for the clan thing. Oh, shall I put clan makeup on for the next? shall, shall I put a clan outfit on for my next stream? We make superstars. It's a fact. Big up K. Oh, Hanson. That's lovely. Foden. We brought too much trust in that time too. Exactly. Mahrez from Leicester, a player Liverpool should have dived on. Yeah, good player. Who else we got here? Yes, but Jamie, that might not always work. Buying project players about Liverpool buying a superstar. I agree, man. Look, I'm not disagreeing with anyone. Liverpool probably do need to go out and buy some more ready-made superstar footballers. I agree. That's why FSG need to leave. I'm with you on that. I think you can do a good mixture. I don't think there's anything wrong with buying good project players for the future. I don't think there's a problem with that. You know, like your Turams and your Kones and stuff. Buy them and then buy one superstar player to go with it. I think that's all we're asking for. As a fan base, I don't think we're asking for these like Neymars and Mbappes every season and all that. We're asking for good, solid transfers, and I agree with you. And the problem is, for that to happen, FSG need to leave because I don't think FSG are ever going to buy that caliber of player. That I think FSG are always going to look for project players that have quality that it could be turned into world class players at the football club. And the problem is, the longer you keep doing that, the harder it's going to be to carry on trying to win things. So I do agree. Everyone's sleeping on Trent and Robbo, man. Trent through the youth system and Robbo 8 million from Hull. And look, that's not lie. Let's not sit here and pretend. Them two were two of the best fullbacks in Europe at their time. Trent and Robbo were doing bits, man. The rest of Europe loved them. Everyone spoke about them. And they cost a combined money of 8 million. The future is cloudy at the moment. Big up, Timothy. Thank you for a super chat, my friend. Big up, Sean. How you doing, man? Thanks for the super chat. Much love to you, my friend. Big up, Gang and Deep. How you doing, my man? My frustration is off the back of previous windows. We tend not to address all of what's required to fully prepare us to compete on all fronts. Also, ready-made doesn't necessarily mean superstar. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Like, McAllister's a ready-made player. Like, he's ready-made. Well, I think we can agree on that. And obviously not a superstar. I agree. That's what we need to do. And we ain't going to do that with the owners, unfortunately. That's the problem. See you later, Oliver. Big up, Gang and Deep. Robson was the best buy in Premiership considering the transfer and the rate climate. I mean, 8 million for Robbo is just a steal. It just is. We need to be looking in the market for the next Robbo and G. He says, big up, Jack. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what McAllister's got to be sort of like, I suppose. Yeah, you're definitely right, though, Jack. Tyler Morton, you know. Jamie said a mix is great, but when one world class player becomes available, we should be in a consideration. Yeah, we should be. I agree. Drives me mad that we never are big bad Liverpool Football Club, man. I agree. If there's a player available as a world class player, Liverpool should be with a shout to buy him. Why shouldn't we? As you say, we are Liverpool Football Club. But unfortunately, with the owners we got, we know that's not going to happen. And this is where I agree with everyone. The owners need to go to make that happen. Totally agree. Totally agree. Jane, when do you think our player of the season? Jane, who do you think will be our player of the season next season? Jesus Christ. Trent. Big up Zero. There has to be a balance between buying superstars and developing superstars. Hurts to see FSG lie about Jew costing of 100 million and Rail only getting in for 87. Yeah, I agree. We backed out Bruno Fernandes. We backed out of Bruno Fernandes. We should have had Bruno and Mahrez instead of Elliot and Carvalho. Cater and Ox, terrible signings. We were through with Bellingham. I see people worrying about what we're going to do with Salah goes to AFCON. This should be if we get his competition now. Yeah, the Salah stuff's interesting. When Salah goes to the AFCON, I think he'll play Diaz on the right. I think that's what's going to happen. If Diaz is fit, I think Diaz plays on the right wing position, or Harvey Elliott plays on the right wing position. But I do agree. It certainly does, Gangan Deep. I agree with that. Where does this leave us in 5 years' time? That's a good question, man. I'm not sure. I, I think probably where we are now, it all depends who the manager is. If Klopp's still the manager at the time, then probably still where we are. It's an interesting. I'm not sure, man. I don't think FSG will be here in 5 years. To be fair, I'm very glad Gavin Birch might be back on watching Tram. I'll say get in right now. Yeah, there's a lot of links backing with Gavin Birch. Didn't you? Cost 103 plus 20 million. Adam saw somewhere today. Yeah, that's in euros, ain't it? It's a very dangerous world when you're giving a 19-year-old 350, 400 grand a week. Saka and Jude, talented footballers. Just imagine when the next contract comes about. Yeah, this is the issue. So Saka's going to be on 300 grand a week, ain't he? At night. Look at Sancho at Man United. Now, a lot of people think Jadon Sancho has never really been a success at Man United because he's already on 300 grand a week. What are you playing to? You're already on monster money that you're probably not going to get better at. It's very hard to see a world where you're going to get more than 300 or 400 grand a week already at a young age. So, how much better your contract's ever going to be? So, what incentive have you got to? Because let's face it, let's say Saka here. Say Saka has 10 really good games in a row, yeah? He gets 300 grand a week. Say Saka has 10 really bad games in a row. He still gets 300 grand a week. This is the problem with money in football now. This is the issue with money, for me, money in football. There's no incentive for a player to up his game and, when you get paid so much money. Jadon Sancho went straight to Man United at 20, 21 years of age? A really young kid went to Man United and straight away they gave him 300 grand a week. Now, if you're Jadon Sancho and you're 21, you got 300k a week, and you don't play or you're having bad games, you're still getting 300 grand a week. If you play really well and you're having good games, you're still getting 300 grand a week. So where's the incentive now for young players to go out there and improve their game, improve their professionalism, improve their bodies, improve everything? Because they're getting the world straight away. And that's the issue with money in football right now. That's why I don't mind Liverpool's wage structure. We got Jota came in from Wolves, and Jota's on 95 grand a week. Jota's on 95 grand a week without bonuses. Diaz came to Liverpool, and I think he's on 100 grand a week. Diaz, if he went to, say Diaz went to Man United probably would have given him 200 grand a week. So Diaz and Jota, they got an incentive. They keep playing well, stay fit, play well, achieve things. They'll get bigger contracts. Look at Salah. He only got his 350 grand contract last season. Yeah. Before that, he was on 200 grand a week. He got better and better and better. Liverpool had to give him a monster deal. They didn't give him a monster deal straight away because he weren't asking for it. There was incentives there to get better and better. You get your money. This is my worry about youngsters today. This is my worry about youngsters today with the money. FSG out. Liverpool is way bigger than that budget. Big up monster mentality. I agree with you, my friend. I agree. Sancho's earning £15 million per year. That's mad. Where's the incentive to get better, man? I also want 300 grand a week sitting on the sideline and watching my teammates work. I know. Oh, is it the other way round? Oh, it's the other way round. Big up, RJ. I thought it was the other way round. Yeah, it's Luis Diaz is on 90 grand a week. Big up. I got it the wrong way round. Yeah, Jota 140. I mean, even that he could probably ask more. And Diaz only on 90. There you go. There you go. You know, got money to work to. I'd manage the team better. Mo's earning £18.2 million a year. But he's earned that now, ain't it? I think we can safely say Mo Salah's earned his money now. He's 30, 31. You know, he's earned that now. You know, we're giving young kids of 20 and 21 £15 million a year. What's their incentive to get any better? Look at Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, after that Floyd Mayweather fight, made 100 million quid, right? And from there, he produced a whiskey brand that now makes him more money than ever. You know, that whiskey brand, Proper 12, makes him more money than he could fighting, right? The man's almost a billionaire, right? He's got no incentive to fight ever again. It doesn't matter if Conor McGregor loses a fight because he's going home to £1 billion anyway. He's got no incentive anymore because he's got all the money in the world. You give money to people. You give money to people straight away at a young age. You know, you will. I'll be interested to see how Saka does next season. You know, 300 grand a week now. That also puts a lot of pressure on the young boy. Saka now has to produce numbers like he's never produced in his life next season to accommodate that 300 grand a week wage packet he's going to get. To accommodate that, Saka's going to have the season of his career next year. Or otherwise, people are going to start talking about it. People will start talking about it. And if people start talking about it, he's going to hear it. And then his game's going to get worse. That's the pressure you're putting on players, man. It's mad. Jamie, forget what it is a week of Sanchez. He's got a 50 million contract with God. How he performs exactly. Man United are the worst at inflating wages. Pathetic team. They had to pay that because they were in Europa League and couldn't attract anyone. Trouble is they're not trying. Too soon on Nunes. He's hardly played and obviously squad was poor. Yeah, I'm hoping Nunes gets better. I am. Bellingham getting 400 grand a week. Is that true? Apparently so. He's getting between 300 and 400. Conor McGregor would have bought Morris. Dude, are you related to Glenn Oddle? Do you know, you're not the only one who's said that to me before. I don't know what it is. Is it my voice? Is it my voice? Because that's what a lot of people say. I sound like him a little bit. I don't know why. But yeah, you are not the only one who said that. I think Jack has said it before. Pick up Jack. Yeah, you're not the only one who said that. You're not the only one who said that, believe it or not. Big talking point that Jay for the young players. Yeah, Jack, big one. We should do a video on it maybe. Yeah, weather's good, man. Weather's good. Exactly. Jack, money is destroying talent. Them folk can't handle money, and the results are seen on the pitch. Drinkwater and the lad from Everton who went to Chelsea are finished. Yeah, look at Danny Drinkwater, man. He got a contract from Chelsea. It's too good to be true. And he never had any incentive to make his professional, to play the professional game anymore. He was happy sitting on bench. Look at Gareth Bale at Real Madrid. Gareth Bale was happy sitting on the Real Madrid bench and playing golf because he was getting 600 grand a week. He admitted it himself. I've got no incentive to try. I'm picking up 600 grand a week. Who's the geezer who went to Sunderland that they couldn't afford to get rid of because they gave him so much wages straight away? That's the problem we got here. Big up Solo. How you doing, man? How you doing? Well. Yeah, the young players are sport with the kind of wages. Take the focus away from the game for something, sadly. Your face is shaped like his, bro. Yeah, everyone says that. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. I wish I could play like him. This is why third choice keeper is the best job because you don't have to do anything. Collect the bag, Jack. Yeah, Liverpool can't afford him. They can, but they won't pay it. It's that simple, man. When you're fighting again at UFC, you spoke to Dana yet? Is this the Stipe stuff? So I was on Coppish, what? Was it last week or the week before? I think it was a couple of weeks ago now. I was on Coppish. And everyone in the live chat when I was on Coppish said I look like Stipe. I was like, what are you chatting about, man? I don't look anything like him. And now I keep getting it all the time. Big up, Sean. Question: if Rice is 120 million, how much would Trent be? Exactly. Trent's about 150, 200 million pounds every day of the week. If you get Trent playing in midfield, Trent has more ability than Declan Rice on the ball. Could you imagine Trent in midfield for a season and just go, right, you're not right back anymore. You're going to play in midfield. Trent's 150 million pound midfielder every day of the week. Big up Eddie. Hi, Jane. Do you think we're never going to be sold? I think we'll get sold one day. I really do. Have you got a witch doctor, Joe? My skin is peeling from sitting in the pub garden. Oh, man. Yeah, Hazard got money. Yeah, that's it. Rodwell, that's it. Jack Rodwell. He got paid so much at Sunderland that Sunderland couldn't get rid of him. He just sat there till his contract went. Winston Bogard, yeah. He got all the money from God and just never left Chelsea. Do you know they still pay him now? I read somewhere, there's a story somewhere saying Winston Bogard still gets royalty checks or something from Chelsea Football Club. He still gets paid. No, you're right. You're right, RJ. It's not the players' faults, it's the club's faults. That's what it's saying. It's nothing wrong with the players accepting that money. None at all. James, do you remember Naby Keita, for example, higher wages and being trash? Yeah, exactly. Jamie, Tinkoff about talk about homegrown players on their channel. Yeah, the homegrown stuff, I'm not too worried about the homegrown stuff. And the reason I'm not too worried about homegrown stuff is because what it is, if Liverpool sell 2 homegrown players, at this moment in time, it's all fine. But if Liverpool let Nat Phillips and, say, Kelleher go, yeah, Liverpool can only have a 22-man squad next season. But with the amount of under 21-year-olds that we've got in the squad, you can register them in a way and have a big squad. It's not the end of the world right now. I don't think it's too much to worry about at this moment in time. Imagine what Pep would do with Trent. Trent would be in midfield for Man City. No doubt about that. I think if Trent was playing for Manchester City, I think Trent would be definitely in midfield right now for Manchester City. He'll be doing bits. There's no doubt about that. I think we're all a bit worried about and a bit scared and not, for some reason we don't want Trent to play in midfield. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure why. But yeah, there is something about, we can't play Trent there. It's a weird one. English media review think Trent is a 50 million pound player. I know, it's mad, ain't it? Problem is FSG will never pay 200 to 300k for good players. Adam Ford, Doe Kelly and Trent decides to seek basic minimum elsewhere. I think with Trent, you're safe. I think we're safe with Trent. Virgil's on 200. Alisson's close to 200. Salah's on 350. Thiago's on 180. Yeah, I get what you mean, though. I get what you mean. Yeah, Phil Jones, man. Definitely. Right, guys, that is me finished for the day. Big up to all of you guys. Much love. Thank you for joining me today on this FSG show. I do appreciate it. This video was just me trying to get out some of my annoyance with people online and the way FSG have broke this football club. Look, for me, I'm going to end it like this. FSG need to sell the football club. Just sell the football club and move on. We should be in for players like your Bellinghams and your Declan Rices and your Casados. Liverpool Football Club should be, but we're not. Now, that's wrong, but the transfer deadline is not finished yet, guys. Let's come back to this story and this debate when the transfer window is shut and see where all our eggs lie, guys. I see it back then. So we'll come back to this sort of show and debate at the end of the transfer window and see where all our eggs lie. Let's talk about it then. But thank you very much for joining me, guys. I really do appreciate it. Sorry if I ranted too much. I do apologise. But guys, make sure you go hit that like. Make sure you go hit that subscribe button and share. I might even wear a clown costume next time. You never know. Big up to all of you. Much love. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye for now.